You know, Mother Nature is one of the few things that can actually stop a train. This scene looks bad, but believe it or not, everyone walked away from this bizarre accident. It all happened on November 19th, 2024, when this Amtrak Cascades train struck a tree in Savannah, Washington, which is around 46 miles north of Seattle. As you can see, the tree went right through the cab window. A representative with the Washington State Department of Transportation told me the engineer was taken to the hospital for treatment of minor injuries and released, and no one else was hurt. It's really hard to believe the inside of the cab once looked like this. What you see here is called a cab car. It's mated to a train set known as a Talgo and pushed by a locomotive. This makes the train bidirectional, and the operator can drive it from either end. Specifically, this is a Talgo Series 8 that's owned by the Oregon Department of Transportation, and the set is named Mount Bachelor. Amtrak Cascades is operated by Amtrak in partnership with the states of Oregon and Washington. These trains are a Spanish design and feature tilting capabilities that help them navigate curves at higher speeds than normal passenger equipment. Talgo says these have a maximum commercial operating speed of 125 miles per hour, but the Cascade service maxes out at 79 miles per hour. The trains also feature a lightweight, articulated design. Talgo says that it has been, quote, proactive in exceeding the implementation of safety features by adding crash energy management systems to its cab and auxiliary power car. As you can see, this Spanish design has come a long way since it was first conceived back in the 1940s. This was the power car for the Talgo 1. And here's the observation car at the back. The cars are connected with this distinctive articulated design. In addition to the Cascade service, you may also be familiar with the only other train set Amtrak operates. And by train set, I mean a consist that's semi-permanently connected all the time, unlike a train with coaches that can easily be uncoupled and swapped out. In this case, I'm talking about the Acela Express that operates in the electrified Northeast Corridor. This train also features tilting technology to help it negotiate curves at higher speeds. However, this uses active tilting technology, meaning special equipment is used to initialize the tilting of the train. Talgos use passive tilting, which relies on inertial forces. Although they're still not in revenue service, the new Amtrak Avelia Liberty train sets will also feature active tilt technology. Like the Talgos, they feature an articulated design between the coaches. This new Acela is supposed to begin regular service starting in spring of 2025, according to Amtrak. Now, the Washington State DOT told me this entire Talgo consist had to be taken out of service, and repair of the cab car that hit the tree will take significant time. The Amtrak Cascade service only has 2 of these Series 8 train sets. However, they used to operate several Talgo Series 6 train sets, but those were taken out of service in 2020. You may remember these were withdrawn following a tragic crash near Dupont, Washington in December 2017. The train involved consisted of one of these Series 6 Talgo train sets. Sadly, 3 passengers died and 57 passengers and crew members were injured after the train came off the tracks after taking a curve too fast. 8 people on the highway below were also injured. After an investigation, the National Transportation Safety Board determined that the probable cause was, quote, Central Puget Sound Regional Transit Authority's failure to provide an effective mitigation for the hazardous curve without positive train control in place, which allowed the Amtrak engineer to enter the 30-mile-per-hour curve at too high of a speed due to his inadequate training on the territory and inadequate training on the newer equipment. And the NTSB said a contributing factor to the severity of this accident was, quote, the Federal Railroad Administration's decision to permit rail cars that did not meet regulatory strength requirements to be used in revenue passenger service. But Talgo disputed this claim, saying, quote, these events produced forces far different from and in excess of any for which any railroad passenger equipment is designed. Of course, what happened here is completely unrelated to what happened back in 2017. Talgo trains have a long and interesting history in the Pacific Northwest, and hopefully this train can be repaired and put back into service soon.